Yo, wagwan, bro. Wagwan, bro.
Right, you guys?
Matt, how do you sort of sum up what we just saw out there? Inspirational, passionate, what this team's all about.
Can you just tell us about the emotions in the dressing room?
Passion, pride, all that, you know. It's unbelievable effort for these guys. You know, we've had a few things haven't gone against us. 5 guys have gone home. We're down to the bare bones. You know, these guys keep turning up for one another. We've got each other's back. Plenty of people had plenty to say after 4 weeks ago about going on planes home and all that. With the pride and belief and the passion, and this group's just phenomenal. But
My name's Rani Singh. Can you deconstruct your winning strategy for me? And I also want to ask the guys, what's it like for you playing when most of the stadium's supporting the other side?
I'll go first. I think it's incredible how much support I think Samoa had over here. Our team had already. I think the strategy with these guys was they never gave up. They've got belief in what we're all about. You know, I take my hat off to a large number of our squad, particularly these two right beside me. Like, they had a grand final, you know, 7 weeks ago. Yeah, every week. But we still ask these guys for effort to turn up and play world-class games. You know what I mean? And we're obviously going against a world-class team next week. So, as I said, inspirational. You know, to put Samoa in a World Cup final, a tiny little dot in the middle of the Pacific. It's just incredible.
What does Samoa need to focus on to win the next round? And are you confident enough that you're going to win the final?
Yeah. What we need to focus on is the same thing we've focused on every week. We've got a great team, a lot of talent within our side, but footy's a simple game, and if you're not completing high, then it's going to be pretty tough to win games. So that's all our main focus is with every game, and it's going to need to be again this week. And belief got us this far. Not many people did believe in us, but within our group, there's plenty of that. So we're always going to believe we can shake the comp up, and we're here right now. So yeah, why not win the cup?
And how are you going to celebrate tonight on the win?
How?
Yeah,
Oh, together.
Well, we're up against Nathan next week. A few other Penrith mates. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We're competitors through and through, and it's going to be a great battle against one of my boys. But out there's no friends on the field. There's only brothers and enemies, and I'm always going to look at that the same way. So yeah, can't wait to get out there against Lee.
Have you played against him much throughout in your life, if ever?
Yeah, we used to play. We grew up in the same comp. So in the younger grades, I played St Mary's, and he played brothers, but not like a real high scale or anything like that. So it'll be pretty big stakes this time around.
Do you remember the last time that was? You actually played again?
Nah, it's been a minute, back in our junior days. But yeah, stakes are high this time around, and it's going to be a great match, I think.
Well, so at the game here tonight, how much do you think, having so many grand final players in your team, how much do you think that helps when the game is on the line? Yeah, just that experience.
I think 1 to 17 is a big help. Whoever contributed in that sense, not only the boys that played, but the boys that didn't play as well. Our preparation's been top class, and that's where we are right now. So everyone has their role to play within this side.
And millions of people watch this today. There's going to be lots of disappointed fans in England. What's your message to the England fans today? Because obviously there's a lot of disappointment.
That's footy. There's a winner and a loser at the end of the day. Props to the Englishmen. They've had a great tournament, and it'll be pretty hard to swallow that pill in their own backyard. But their fans are awesome. You know, they created this atmosphere for them, and it was a great night to be a part of.
Junior, congratulations. I hate to ruin the mood, but imagine your attention will turn to what happens in the next 24 hours with the final. What are your thoughts? Because you've played such a big part in getting this team here. It's going to be the talking point over the next 24 hours.
some practice last week. It's a game of footy, and sometimes accidents are going to happen. We play at a fast pace, many collisions, and unfortunately, I was caught in the middle of what was very unintentional. It's just the way footy goes sometimes, and not much I can do, but we can only control what we can, and we'll just have to enjoy the moment for now, and then we'll wait and see.
And Sean Wayne said you don't deserve to miss a World Cup final. Sean Wayne, England coach, said you don't deserve to miss a World Cup final. I imagine you'd agree with that, but it'd be nice to hear that, right?
I think I've got to extend the thank you to him, and
I have clearly he let go. He didn't try and get. He got in. Obviously, it was a dangerous position, and he let go. Royce was in the tackle too. He obviously paid some contribution to it.
Royce's fault.
So they didn't go through with it. They didn't drive him. They let him go. They placed him on the ground. Tom Burt just got up, played the ball, and there was a penalty. Moved on. I couldn't see him missing that anyway.
I think just how important this game means to not just ourselves, but for the people. I can't imagine myself missing out on what is probably the biggest game in Samoa's history. I think what we've done just to get where we are, it's kind of overwhelming, but the journey continues for us, and like I said, I'll enjoy the moment tonight, but we'll just have to wait and see.
We saw some vision back in Samoa of everyone partying on the streets and tooting their horns. What do you think it would be like back there? What does it mean to the people of Samoa?
It's enormous. Sunday's a day of rest where you're not actually allowed out back home, so we knew the impact that we were going to have on Samoans, not only back home but around the world. It's what we've been able to create. It doesn't go unnoticed from us as a playing group, because we see that week to week on social media, and we're quite thankful for social media for allowing us to see the parades that are happening around the world. And it's not only for Samoa, but people of the Pacific who are just happy to go out there and play footy. So as easy as it sounds for us to go out there and play for 80 minutes, I think the impact that it has on not the rugby league world in general, but just people, it's probably the biggest achievement for us in being able to create that.
Jerome, can you just take us back to when this all kind of started to build, the momentum of guys deciding to play for Samoa, deciding that you could all be here and be sitting where you are right now, you all went back and played for your ancestral homeland, and just talk us how that all came to be over the last 18 months or so.
Yeah, it started at Penrith for me and the other boys here right now. We sort of just made a commitment to each other that when the time came, the right time came, that we were going to play for Samoa. It's all come to fruition right now, and we've done something really special together. And as June said, the job's not finished.
Junior, the team still won the great World Cup tries. Take us through your pass. It's insane.
Would have been nice if I actually scored.
I thought you were going to score too.
It's just the style of footy that we play. Sometimes in a game of rugby league, there's going to be blueprints and game plans, but sometimes you just got to play off the cuff footy. And I think it was last tackle, and Jerome took the line on, and we just had to, as simple as it sounds, play eyes up footy. A bit of a cliche, but look, it just happens, and some of it you don't think, but you just back your instincts and the preparation that we've done throughout the week, and we're lucky that Printer was able to finish that off.
Can you play that way against Australia?
We can play with the same belief. Belief is everything within this team. We knew what was going to happen coming into camp. time was going to be on our side, knowing that if we were better than the week before, we were going to give ourselves a chance, and we're heading to the grand final and the World Cup, and the belief never changed.
Jerome, Junior's talking about the belief there. Fingers crossed he plays. How important is it to have your skipper there next week?
Yeah, talking about just bringing the group together. We're a young side. Someone like Junes who has experienced, everything rugby league has to give, is enormous for our young playing group. Yeah, just his words of wisdom, his motivation. Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better skipper, with what he does on the field, but what he also does off the field. He's been awesome, and I don't think we'd be here without him. So we're going to need him this week, and I'm sure he'll be there by our sides.
Matt, you're only the 6th nation to ever make a World Cup final, the first ever Tier 2 country to make a World Cup final. What does it say about the changing face of the sport?
Well, I think it shows that the rules are right for international footy. It shows that with more games, I believe there's going to be an envelope that it needs at the end of each year for international footy. But there needs to be a structured calendar for international footy to thrive. I think everyone wants to see Samoa and Tonga play other nations, and Fiji, and PNG, and give them opportunities to grow. I know there's been some imbalanced score lines in this competition, but it's been a great comp. And the only way you start is by starting somewhere. It wasn't that long ago, early 2000s, that Samoa getting flogged by 62. So
60 to 6.
so you need a couple of weeks, wasn't it? So, no, I think if there's an international calendar, but again, you've got to, I'm talking about in Australia now, you've got to respect these guys. You can't burn them out every year. They need a rest. On top of their club commitments, these guys play Origin in that too, which, as we know here, is very important in the NRL calendar, and it's massive. So there needs to be a balance too, because they need to have an off-season occasionally.
Last couple of questions, guys.
Right. You spoke about the culture of the team as a whole. A man in your camp has sort of brought that closer. How can you explain Freddie Tulani or correctly to the people that might not know what he brings to you as a captain?
Yeah, he's basically the ball of energy, the vibe, the guy who just carries the energy. He's been awesome every camp I've been in. Sorry, I've been in 2 World Cups. So,
CEO.
Yeah, he's basically the CEO of Samoa, what I was branded as for Penrith. Yeah, whenever he's around, it's never a dull moment. He's always dancing, singing, getting the other boys up to dance along with him. So, yeah, he's definitely good for our Samoan culture.
John, can I ask about Stephen Bright? The big game was last year grand final, intercept today, and then field goal. He loves those big moments, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's been doing that since young, and he loves those big moments, as you all have seen over the past couple of years. So he's definitely one of those guys that we sort of lean on when those occasions arise, and he's always going to step up to the plate. So I know he's going to witness a few more over the years to come, and yeah, he's an awesome player. I love him.
Matt, appreciate you have to come and do these media duties and you bring in players. Can you just respond to speculation that you put your players on a bit of a media blackout in the mix zone?
That's absolute garbage. If I say something, you guys are putting it.
Well, this is, I suppose, your chance to respond to those speculations. Are the players free to speak to the media in the biggest week leading up to?
We have never had a media ban on anyone this tour.
So it's up to the players, I suppose,
Yeah.
if they want to.
Maybe some of them don't want to speak to you though.
I don't want to make this into a negative conversation because congratulations, fair enough, you won. I've just gone on social media, right, and I've looked at the comments. People are saying Samoa had it lucky right at the end. What could you tell people today?
Unlucky-us.
It's true, they did goals. I've just checked out.
Good
I'm
teams
not trying to make
great teams make their own luck.
Right.
Last question from Gavin, please.
Why do you think in the last 2 weeks your team's handled the clutch moment when the game is on the line, you've handled it better than the opposition? Is it an advantage to basically not have the ball defend, force a mistake like you did in the last 2 games, or Why have you managed that situation so well?
Because great players like these two win big moments in games. We've got a lot of great players. They won the moments.
And what message could you say to the Samoa fans today?
Tunes. Congrats.
Aloha, le chapua, mo Samoa. I think like I said before, what we've been able to achieve, I think that's on the back of the prayers and blessings that these people have for us, created over the past couple of weeks. They can certainly be proud of what we've been able to do, but we've still got another week ahead and the journey continues for us. We always said that the war isn't over, and for us, we've got another week to prepare.
You personally,
Thank you guys, that's
confident
enough. Thank
that
you.
you're going to
Questions
win
done
the-
now, thank you.
Thank you.